And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, today we're going to talk about your boy, Brandon Johnson. Oh, excuse me. The illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. He is indignant, y'all. He is indignant. He's tired of y'all not giving him his credit.
You all know good and well, if the numbers were going in a different direction, y'all would be asking me all kind of questions about what is it that I'm doing that's not working. We're doing the things that work. And I'm not saying that you can't ask about this. I know it's being debated. I'm just simply saying that, my goodness, you all, Chicago, we have suffered for decades in this city around violence. And now here it is, 2 years in my administration, every single major violent category in this city where violent crime is recorded, it's going down. Unprecedented numbers. Look, we're hopeful that we will continue to see this trend, but I get so sick and tired of the lazy form of governance that people don't seem to have any answers, do not want to roll up their sleeves to figure out how we can invest in the lives of black and brown children, to make sure that black and brown women and parents are supported. Most of this stuff we can transform overnight if we actually invested in families. The cumulative wealth of black families in this city is $0 freaking dollars. You got black people waking up every single day in this city with all the wealth and they're barely breaking even, and they're talking to me about a curfew. Unemployment that we're trying to address. Thousands of opportunities that we're trying to create, building more affordable homes, and doing it under extreme circumstances with a federal government that is stomping on the Constitution. And Chicago was standing firm, still building homes, still creating jobs, still building our transportation system, still investing in our young people, still providing more mental and health care services. Those are the things that are working. We'll keep doing it. Thank you all.
He wants his credit for the reduction in crime in Chicago, people. Why aren't you giving it to him? 2 years into his administration and the numbers are trending down, and he wants you to give him a pat on the back, maybe even a hug. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to give the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Dramacrat Brandon Johnson, a pat on the back, a hug, and a sincere I thank you, sir, for bringing the numbers of violence and lawlessness down from the COVID level astronomical to just really dangerously too high. Okay, so he brought it down from a 10 to a 9.5, and he wants a pat on the back. So the next time you see the illustrious sub 10% approval rating Dramacrat mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, would you please give him his plaudits? Would you please humbly say thank you for him having brought the violence down from the astronomical to the just dangerously too high? Okay, so y'all, today we're gonna take a look at Chicago. We're gonna take a look at Brandon Johnson's Chicago, and we're also gonna take a look at his his rant about y'all not giving him his credit. So let's take a look at what's happening in his Chicago. But we're not going to go with the shootings and the killings and the stabbings and the beatings. We're not going to go with that, y'all. We'll just go with how people are running cars and trucks and taking hatchets to stores and just going in and stealing everything. Broad daylight, middle of the night, doesn't matter. We'll go with the most recent situation, which was the Louis Vuitton store. And then previous to that, we have the broad daylight attack on a Rolex store. So we'll take a look at that, and then we will end this video looking at your boy just on his rant, y'all, because you're not giving him his credit. Let's take a look. But before we do, y'all, make sure you take care of your money. I'm not going to make this a long one, y'all. Go to Paralegold, PARALEGOLD.com, or call 844-651-8334, 844-651-8334. If you have $50,000 to $100,000 or more in your retirement, protected from inflation, protected from monetary debasement, you're about to retire. Make sure your money's still there and it's still worth something by investing at least some of it in gold. Talk to our partners at Augusta Precious Metals. Go click the link now, get the free information, and protect your precious retirement.
Well, this is a still active crime scene, as you can tell. Police still here taking whatever information, and as well as crime scene evidence that they can gather. As you see this pickup truck that is basically halfway out of the Louis Vuitton store. This may have been a crash and grab. Police have not yet confirmed that. What we're being told at this point is that this is one of 3 particular scenes that occurred earlier this morning. Now, we do have some video, some cell phone video from a witness that actually witnessed this happening. Cell phone video from a camera captured moments thieves rammed a vehicle into this luxury store. Then you see a group of people dressed in dark clothing go into the store and then run out of the store with stolen items. That's when you also notice that there are people that have driven up in other vehicles or those that were already parked. The folks that ran out of the store then jump into those cars and they speed away. Now, as I mentioned before, it is still unclear if these particular scenes, this one here in Walton and Michigan, the one in Ohio and Michigan, and then another scene down on southbound Lakeshore Drive near Roosevelt, if they are in any way all connected. Police have not confirmed that, but we do still have 3 particular scenes. What we know is that this appears to be a crash and grab that kind of started all of this, and then I guess basically appears to have migrated south on Michigan Avenue, but we're still waiting to get more information on that. Let us throw it to Diane in traffic just to get some more information there. Diane, what do you know right now?
And that's exactly what we've been trying to piece together, Evelyn, is if these scenes are all connected. So I'm just going to break down what this second scene looks like. So Evelyn is at the first scene. Then we've got the second scene at Michigan and Ohio. Let's go to some video that we got for you earlier this morning from our photographer, Dave. So you see the white vehicle overturned, very serious damage done to that SUV. We also have a dark colored sedan involved in this crash as well. Lots of damage done to that vehicle too. We understand from this scene that there were several people injured. We don't have an exact number. We don't have extent of injuries, but several people injured from this scene at Michigan and Ohio. We've got a third scene, if we can go to our live picture from our photographer, Paul Martinez, along DuSable Lakeshore Drive, where we initially had all lanes blocked southbound at Randolph, but you can see from this live picture that the 2 left lanes are getting by. Authorities are concentrating on this vehicle where you see all 4 doors have been opened. I don't know if the people inside ran off or got caught. We're not sure about that. We're not even sure exactly why they're looking into this vehicle. We have unconfirmed reports of where this vehicle was used and how, but that has not been confirmed by authorities. So again, multiple scenes here with a lot of police activity within the downtown area and now migrating south to obviously DuSable Lakeshore Drive. So Tracy, we've got a lot going on here.
So there you saw that the thieves just ran a truck into the Louis Vuitton store, went in and stole all kinds of, I imagine, women's purses and wallets and whatever else clothing, whatever else Louis Vuitton sells, probably to resell it or maybe to give it to their girly friend. Who knows? But Brandon Johnson wants his credit because previously that would have happened more. Now it's only happening, many times a week. So give the illustrious Brandon Johnson his credit, people. And what about the Rolex store that they hit last week?
New video shows a frightening scene on Michigan Avenue in broad daylight as people were leaving work.
A robbery crew using axes to smash their windows at the Rolex store and steal watches.
Our Marissa Sulik just spoke with the alderman in the area and has some new developments to share. Marissa?
Joe and Eric, as you can see behind me, the windows are all boarded up here at the Rolex store after what took place. This happened around 2:30 this afternoon as people were walking by, some capturing this all on their phones. Robbers seen using axes to smash through the side window and display case on East Huron. They then reach in and grab a couple watches before they run off. Some watches seen left dangling from the window.
I don't think Rolex thought could be broken. They found out the hard way. If you've got enough leverage on a hatchet, you could break through.
Alderman Brian Hopkins says he does not recall a smash and grab like this in the middle of the afternoon when the streets are filled with tourists and shoppers. Chicago police say 4 men in masks broke the glass.
This was a successful robbery. They have recounted. They are missing watches. This was successful.
The robbers fled in a red Nissan Murano and sent police on a chase down the Dan Ryan. They then crashed the SUV into a parked car near 69th and Peoria in the Englewood neighborhood. Police scanner traffic says the men were seen throwing items out the windows, presumably watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the Restorative Project, a group that responds to violence in the community. We talked to him about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
If we bring more resources to the community, more jobs, more federal funding, then maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the backlash of things like this.
We were able to arrest these 6 offenders. I'm not sure what the National Guard could have done.
And speaking of the National Guard, y'all, as I predicted, I don't think they're going into Chicago, y'all. I do not think they're going. ICE is there, but I don't think the National Guard is going. And that should make the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, feel all elated, y'all. There's no help coming, but he doesn't need the help because he's taking control himself.
New at 4:30, mixed signals from the White House about that federal crackdown in Chicago. Let's go to Chris Ty, who's covering this for us. Chris?
Marie, here's what we know. Governor Pritzker's sources inside the Trump White House, he says, have gone quiet in recent days, signaling to Illinois' governor that the mobilization of the National Guard to Chicago is not imminent. That is good news, Pritzker says to his ear. But make no mistake, the mobilization of ICE agents around the Chicagoland just ramping up.
We're going to be announcing another city that we're going to very shortly. We're working it out. The governor of a certain state would love us to be there, and the mayor of a certain city in that same state would love us to be there.
The clearest sign yet that Chicago may no longer be the primary focus of the White House National Guard rollout efforts. Governor Pritzker's sources in the White House signaling the same.
They're not calling us now, which I think is a good sign. It is a sign that they are not hearing things that are, suspiciously like we're going to see military troops coming. I take it that the silence of the last day or two from those folks is an indication that maybe there's some other place or other focus that the president is putting his attention.
The attention of ICE, though, remains deeply focused on Chicago. Today, the Department of Homeland Security touted the arrest of 13 people. In a statement, DHS saying, in just the last few days in Chicago, ICE has arrested pedophiles, rapists, abusers, armed robbers, and other violent thugs.
Nothing has been communicated with us, and that's what the problem has been.
Mayor Johnson says the rollout of a new website will be coming soon to help those feeling under pressure by ICE. In Pilsen, we spotted trucks like this displaying scrolling messages to equip residents with information in case ICE knocks on their door. Illinois leaders hopeful that the Guard rollout has been delayed or canceled, reiterating, though, the ICE efforts are just getting going.
The illustrious Brandon Johnson wants you to give him his credit, people. Come on. Have you no heart? Have you no sense of duty that when we criticize the illustrious Brandon Johnson for lack of action, and then he takes action, and then things continue to be terrible, but just not as terrible as they were before, he needs to have all the credit for that. Oh yeah, and by the way, things have been getting better across the country because they spiked up tremendously during COVID. So violence and crime has, believe it or not, been coming down, at least officially according to the official statistics, right? So y'all, next time you see your boy, the illustrious sub 10% dramacrat, mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, give him a pat on the back, y'all. He's sad, okay? So y'all let me know, what should we do? Should we take up a donation? Should we send him what are those called? An edible arrangement? Maybe we should super chat, get together a couple of $100, however much we can, and then send the illustrious sub 10% approval rating mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, an edible arrangement and thank him that the violence is not unimaginably terrible. It's just really, really super bad. You know? What do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. To my people with the retirement, y'all, look, gold has been on a super crazy tear lately. They about to start printing more money, y'all. They about to start printing more money. I'm talking about US dollars. Which means gold will probably continue to go up. Now, this is not financial advice. Y'all should go to the link, paralegold, ParaleGold.com. It's the first link down in the description. Get more information. You have to make your own decision. Speak to my people at Augusta Precious Metals at 844-651-8334. They can help you out. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.
You all know good and well, if the numbers were going in a different direction, y'all would be asking me all kind of questions about what is it that I'm doing that's not working. We're doing the things that work. And I'm not saying that you can't ask about this. I know it's being debated. I'm just simply saying that, my goodness, you all, Chicago, we have suffered for decades in this city around violence. And now here it is, 2 years in my administration, every single major violent category in this city where violent crime is recorded, it's going down. Unprecedented numbers. Look, we're hopeful that we will continue to see this trend, but I get so sick and tired of the lazy form of governance that people don't seem to have any answers, do not want to roll up their sleeves to figure out how we can invest in the lives of black and brown children, to make sure that black and brown women and parents are supported. Most of this stuff we can transform overnight if we actually invested in families. The cumulative wealth of black families in this city is $0 freaking dollars. You got black people waking up every single day in this city with all the wealth and they're barely breaking even, and they're talking to me about a curfew. Unemployment that we're trying to address. Thousands of opportunities that we're trying to create, building more affordable homes, and doing it under extreme circumstances with a federal government that is stomping on the Constitution. And Chicago is standing firm, still building homes, still creating jobs, still building our transportation system, still investing in our young people, still providing more mental and health care services. Those are the things that are working. We'll keep doing it. Thank you all.